It took the edge off, but it didn't fix it. I really wanted my life back. And that's when I met a doctor who told me that I could heal myself with my mind. I didn't believe him. I didn't understand what he was talking about. This isn't my mind. This is my back. But 6 sessions later, after working with him, I was completely healed. Like I could do handstands and back bends.
Welcome to Inspired Choice today. I'm Caroline Biesalski and I'm thrilled to have you here. On this show, we go beyond the ordinary, diving into the stories of remarkable individuals from around the globe, leaders, entrepreneurs, authors, and creatives who have made bold choices to pursue their passions. Each guest on Inspired Choice today has a unique journey to share, filled with insights, breakthroughs, and lessons that inspire and uplift. My goal is to bring you real conversations that fuel your own journey, whether you're seeking personal growth, business wisdom, or simply a spark of inspiration to say yes to your own dreams. Thank you for joining us on this journey of transformation and purpose. Now, let's get into today's inspiring interview. Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline and my today's guest is Jenny Harkleroad, and I hope I pronounced your name right, but I think so. Welcome, and how are you doing today?
I'm terrific. Thanks for having me on the show.
Wow, so nice to see you, and I would love to introduce you to the audience. Of course, you are a #1 best-selling author, speaker, and mind change expert who built a multi-million-dollar business in San Diego over 13 years. As a mother of 4, you transformed your life using the power of the mind, overcoming chronic pain, addictions, and personal struggles. A life-altering accident fueled your passion to help others transform their lives and achieve fulfillment. Welcome to the Inspired Podcast, Jenny Harkleroad.
Thank you so much.
So nice. And my first question, how did your life-changing accident influence your journey toward becoming a mind change expert? And what role did mindset play in your personal transformation?
That's a great question. And, sometimes we learn lessons easy in life and other times it takes a while. For me, I was a little slow. I was in a career that was successful, but I felt like I was on the wrong path. Like it wasn't really my passion, but I didn't listen to that internal guidance. I just kept doing it because it was financially successful, and I wasn't listening to the small messages. So I got a real big message one day, which was the day of August 10th of 2013. I was standing on this mountain ledge with my husband, and he said, if I was young and in shape, I'd jump off of here instead of climbing down. And I thought, well, I'm young and in shape, and I jumped. And when I landed, I heard a crunch in my back and I couldn't move, and I couldn't get up at all. And he couldn't get me up, and our friends couldn't get me up. And they ended up calling an emergency line here in America is 911. And they sent in a ground crew that hiked in to try to assess my situation. They said, we can't get you out of here. We're going to have to call a helicopter. So they called Life Flight. Helicopter came. They zip lined me up to a hovering helicopter, took me to the hospital. The next thing I remember waking up, them telling me that I broke my back. Yeah, big message.
Your back.
Big message. Yeah, my back. And so thankfully I wasn't paralyzed. I was just broken, and broken bones heal, right? So they told me you'll get better. You'll be in bed for a while, but then it'll start to heal and you'll get your mobility back and you'll be okay. And I was one of those real busy type people. I still am. I have things to do and places to go and goals to achieve. And I had my 4 kids. They were young at the time. Now they're grown-ups. But so I had a real busy life with my real estate business, and I was a leader in my church, and I was involved in my community. And it was real hard to lay there and wait for the healing. But what I was thinking while I was laying there was there's a lot of things about my life that I don't really like, and I don't know how to fix them. I'm not that happy in my marriage. I don't like this career. I've actually always had body problems, chronic pain, different issues. I'm just not happy. And I feel like I have all the things that should make a person happy. I married my high school sweetheart. We've got these 4 beautiful kids. We're financially successful. I even had a good religious foundation. Like, what was my problem? Right? I have plenty of money in my bank account. Why wasn't I happy? And as I laid there, I was thinking about all these things and I didn't know how to fix them. And I felt that way pretty much my whole life. I didn't know how to fix my problems. I would say positive affirmations. I would put on a happy face. I would fake it till I make it. But the problem was I was mostly faking it. I wasn't making it to the internal peace and joy I was trying to feel. And so while I laid there trying to figure out my back, I was thinking of all these things. But of course, first I needed to be able to walk again, right? So thankfully, as time went on, I started to get my mobility back. But what happened was as my mobility came back, the pain got worse and worse and worse and worse. And a year after I started taking the pain pills they had originally prescribed me when I first broke my back. Because at first it didn't hurt that bad. I just couldn't move. But then once I could move, it hurt really bad. And so I was seeing like a chiropractor, acupuncture, massage, physical therapy, doing all the things that I could do to get better. But the pain just kept getting worse and worse and worse. 2 years later, I couldn't even sit in a chair. I still couldn't drive my car. And I thought, you know what? I need surgery. There must be something structurally wrong here. And so I had surgery. They put rods and screws and a synthetic disc in my back, and it didn't help. So now what do I do? And they tell me, I don't know, this case is hopeless. Like, there's nothing else we can do. We're just going to keep giving you pain pills. And pain pills didn't fix it. It took the edge off, but it didn't fix it. You know, I really wanted my life back. And that's when I met a doctor who told me that I could heal myself with my mind. I didn't believe him. I didn't understand what he was talking about. This isn't my mind. This is my back. But 6 sessions later, after working with him, I was completely healed. Like, I could do handstands and back bends, like completely healed. And I became obsessed with the power of my mind.
I can imagine, I can only imagine it, to become obsessed with your mind. Oh my goodness. You have to tell us more. I take a look at my next question. Maybe it fits. Can you share some of the key strategies or techniques you use to help individuals overcome personal obstacles and create lasting change in their lives? And that has to do with your journey, of course. Your title, so to say, is mind change, right? Mind change expert, not mindset. Everyone is mindset. You change your mind. You don't set it, right? And of course, you help clients now. And how does this story go on?
Yeah. So after my back was better, I went back to this doctor and I said, this is a miracle. I'm so thankful. I have my life back. I'm so grateful. And I have a lot of other problems. Can you help me fix all my problems? And he said, like what? And I said, well, I'm addicted to pain pills. I can't stop taking them. Can you help me stop? I don't like my husband. Can you help me like him? I have a terrible temper. Can you help me get rid of my bad temper? I don't really like my career. Can you help me figure out like what my actual life path should be? I mean, the list went on and on and on. And he said, Jenny, yes, you can do anything with your mind. And I thought, how could this be? Because my whole life I've been saying affirmations. I've been trying. And he said, you know, trying is lying, because trying is what you do with your conscious mind when you don't have a subconscious program to support you. And I'll give you an example. Your subconscious mind, I'll first say it's 1,000,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. literally, scientifically, 1,000,000 times more powerful. So the reason I couldn't get to my goals or change how I felt was because I was consciously trying, but my subconscious was overpowering it. And we see this example in life all the time where somebody says, like, okay, starting Monday, I'm going to eat really healthy, like for real this time, right? I'm going to buy healthy food. I'm going to exercise every day. And they think they're going to do it. They really do. And they start, and it goes okay for an hour or two, or a day or two, or a week or two. But eventually they fall off the bandwagon, as we say, because why? Their subconscious mind doesn't have a program to support them. So when they're focused, they can do it. But when they lose their focus, they get distracted, they revert back to their old habits and patterns. And so this is how it was in my life. You know, if I wasn't getting along with my husband, if I tried really hard, it might go okay for a little while. But as soon as I was busy with the kids, and then he would say something and I wouldn't have a chance to like choose my reaction, my automatic reaction was upset, you know? So how do you change things like that? You're automatic. And so what this doctor taught me was about my subconscious mind and how I could tap into that mind and actually change that mind, which I think is the greatest discovery of the 21st century. You can literally rewrite your genes if you know how to do it. And so that's what I discovered with him and through other things I studied. And eventually I came up with my own work, and I now have it in an app. And so that's how I promote what I do. I have people just get my app. It's called Leap Transformation, and they can do the subconscious change work to change their health and wellness, their relationships, their professional success. And it's like going to the blueprint and changing the blueprint. It's not trying, because remember, trying is lying. You try and you can only do it while you're trying, but as soon as you stop trying because you get distracted, it doesn't work. But if you change the cellular response, then all of a sudden I don't get mad anymore. Why? It's not because I'm not trying to get mad. I just don't, because I change that from within. I change the pattern.
Wow, I love what you said. Thank you so much for explaining it to me.
Yeah.
Trying is lying. We learned how to change our, you said genes. I would say your DNA. It's similar, right?
Right.
Change your DNA. It's not a fix or not fix. I mean, like, it's not static, it's dynamic, and you choose, you make a decision. For example, to look for your app and to use it, right?
Yes. Yes.
You mentioned your app, and I love that very much. And I assume that this is the way you help your clients.
Absolutely. Yes. I, of course, do private sessions and group sessions and retreats and certification courses and other things. But my main thing that I love for people to do is you actually don't need me. You can just get the app and do it yourself, you know? But that's the thing. You have to use it. Just like, you know, if you here in America, I don't know how it is in Germany, we have gyms and you can get a membership. And you can go get super fit and exercise every day, or you can never go and still pay for it, right? You have to choose to do the work. Like, what do I want different in my life? And the app is interactive like that. It asks you, are you trying to solve a problem or achieve a goal or feel better or work on personal growth, your confidence, your leadership, your worthiness? And it gives you specific brain exercises to do that change your brain for what you're trying to accomplish.
Wow, I love what you said, and also the comparison to gyms, because when are the gyms the fullest? In January, when everyone makes their New Year's resolution. I don't know the word.
Yeah.
You know the word.
Exactly.
And then everyone goes in there. But you know, the fact that they are paying is the mind tells them, oh, I'm doing something. And then it's, even though they are going there. So I love that. Of course, we have to do the work. Everyone by themselves. You can show the door, but people have to choose to choose the door, or to open the door, to walk through. In fact, walking through, right? Okay, my next question, what advice would you give to someone who feels stuck in a cycle of negative thinking or unhealthy patterns and wants to take the first step toward transforming their mindset? And we mentioned it already, mind change. I love the word. It's,
Yeah.
I have to pronounce it because I love it. So what else? Or when someone, can we start with that app immediately without knowing something about it? Or
Yes, you can. And I also have a book that you could start with. I'm going to grab it right here. This is a new book that I have out. It's called Your Amazing Itty Bitty Magic Mind Book. It's on Amazon. And it gives you 15 steps on how to start doing this kind of work. And step number 3, I call it puppy brain. And here's how it works. Your brain just thinks and believes and does what it's going to do. And it's kind of like a puppy or like a child, a toddler, right? You have to train them like, this is okay, this is not okay. Like for a puppy, you can't chew on my shoes, you can't pee on my couch, you can't bite my company that comes over to visit, right? You have to train them. And your brain is the same way. You have to train it to support you, because in some ways in life, it sabotages you. And it keeps you stuck in the same pattern. Like, I didn't want to have a bad temper before. I didn't. But I just couldn't help it. That's just how I was. And people would say, like, count to 10. I'm still mad. I'm counting, but I am still mad. Right? Like, I wanted to change my brain, and saying affirmations wasn't changing my brain. It was just saying some words that I didn't believe. And so puppy brain, we all have puppy brain. And so we have to train our brain how to support us instead of sabotage us. So that's one thing to note, is that you can train your brain just like your body. We talked about that example. And it's an ongoing work. Just like if you go to the gym and you get all the perfect body you want, then you don't go, okay, I'm done. I never have to go back again. And now I can eat all the junk food, right? Then what happens? You don't feel good. You don't look at the way you want to look, right? And the same thing is with your mind. So paying attention to what you're thinking, and realizing that what you're thinking is just your own narration of a story. And so do you like the story? Do you like the narration? Do you want to think that way? Do you want to feel that way? Because how you feel is because of how you think. Your thinking causes a chemical reaction within your body, so you feel that way. And as soon as you feel that way, you can come up with all the backup stories to prove why you're right. But again, all it is a perception. It's the lens through which you're seeing the world. And so if you're stuck, you have to ask yourself, how would I rather feel? Like, I feel powerful and it's easy to move forward in my life. Okay, let's do a brain exercise for that belief. Let's change that belief in the subconscious. And now let's take action. What are you going to do different to move forward in your life? Are you going to start a business? Are you going to ask for a promotion? Are you going to start a nonprofit in your community? Are you going to start exercising? Are you going to forgive someone? Like, what is it? What is the thing you want to do? What do you want different in your life? And then realize that it starts here, but within, right? Like, if you want to change out there, you have to change in here. We wish we could change everybody else, but we can't. But we can change how we see the world from within.
Yeah, I love that. I'm impressed now. Thank you so much also for sharing or showing us your book. I created an Amazon list for all the beautiful books of my podcast guests. Of course, this book will make it on my list, of course. You can look this up. And when people reach out to you, we talked about this, the app, right? So they can reach out to you or to me, then I introduce you. This is nice. And what about your next goals or intentions? Do you set goals? What is one of your next projects?
Yeah, that's really exciting. So what I want to do is I want to get my app into the healthcare field for healthcare staff. I have 4 kids and 3 of them are daughters, and my first 2 daughters work in healthcare. And I see the stress of the job. They work long hours. They have lots of patients that they're helping, and and they have, family that's upset because of whatever's happening with someone sick in their family, and there's a lot of stress, and I want to support healthcare workers. And so one of my goals is to get hospitals to use my app to support their staff so that when they are off their shift, they can get their mind in a good space so they can feel calm and peaceful and not stressed out and burnout and anxious and worried and all these things from their intense hours that they work. So I'm looking at different hospitals and insurance companies and different ways that I can get my app in the hands of more people, because if I wish I would have had this tool, so many times in my life, I wanted a solution and I couldn't find it. And I thought that if I got knowledge, it would change me, but knowledge doesn't equal understanding. Just because you know something doesn't mean it changes your cellular response or your view of the world or how you think and act and respond to things. And so I'm so excited that I have this tool, my app, Leap Transformation, that'll literally change you from the inside out. And so far, I haven't found anything that it doesn't work for. I mean, people say, can I use it for sleep? Can I use it for my knee? Can I use it for I'm annoyed with my boss? Can I use it, yes, because it all starts right here in your mind. And then how you think about things is how you feel about things. And that changes your energy field, which changes what you attract and what you manifest in your life. So even if someone says, I want to feel more appreciated, how could I do that? Well, if you believe people appreciate you, you attract that into your life. It's like if you get a new car, all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. It's now in your perception. Before you're like, gosh, I didn't know so many people had this car. But now that I'm thinking about it, because I have it, I'm driving it. When did everybody get my same car? Overnight? No, it's just now in your perception. And so when you get your brain to perceive what you want it to, you see those things because it's all there, the whole spectrum. And so you can change what you see. That's exciting.
That reminds me of when I was in Southern California last year I told you I did a road trip, but I was 3 months before I was there, and I played a little game with myself of perceiving a specific blue car. I don't say the brand now. Maybe it's controversial. I don't know, a blue car. And yes, and I loved them, and because I love driving so much, and I counted because I wished for that car. I still don't have it, but if I return to San Diego, for example, where you are located, then
Yes.
I come with my new car, and I tell you, this is because of your app. So
yeah,
please reach out to Jenny. She's amazing. Look up the app and the book, of course. It's helpful. We learned this. And now it's time for you. And I don't say last thoughts, I say first thoughts to the audience.
Yeah. What I want to share is that you can do anything with the power of your mind. You can achieve anything. You can change your entire life. There's nothing you can't do unless you don't think you can. So instead, how about start believing in yourself again? The possibilities are endless. So set some huge goals and dreams and go for them. You can achieve them when you believe you can achieve. So go make it happen and live your best life.
Yes. Thank you so much for our interview.
Thank you.
And see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in to the Inspired Choice Today podcast. We hope you found today's conversation as enriching as we did. If you're feeling inspired and ready to take the next step in your own journey, I'd love to offer you a free 20-minute consultation. This is a chance to explore any challenges you're facing, get clarity on your goals, or just connect and discuss where you want to go next. Reach out to me directly to schedule your consultation. I'd be honored to support you on your path. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode filled with inspiration, insights, and powerful stories. Until next time, keep making those inspired choices every day.